Welcome to SBRForum.com. In this video we're taking a look at what's next for the Miami Heat. Now obviously they didn't win in the NBA Finals, they couldn't manage the three-peat. However, this is a team that's now been to the NBA Finals, the championship round, 4 straight years. So not all is lost for them. They've obviously got the 2 rings on their fingers. However, you know, sports and sports betting has become such a what have you done for me lately league. That now we're focusing on what the Heat are going to do next. You know, it's not good enough anymore. They've done it. It's all in the past. Now bettors want to know, what is this team going to do going forward in order to earn our money as far as the futures and, you know, over-unders for regular season wins are concerned. So what's next for the Heat? Well, the big thing right now is what's happening with the big 3. You got Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, all have the abilities to opt out of their contracts, not just this year, but next year as well, player options. Now, if these guys do not opt out, you're looking at 2-year contracts for each of those guys. That's what's left. All of them are in the neighborhood of 20 to 22 million as far as how much they're going to be paid both this year and next year, each of them. So that's a lot of money tied up for the 3 of them. However, if the Heat decide to let them go, or if those guys opt out, the Heat actually have a fairly clean slate to work with as far as a rebuild goes. Now that actually goes to say that if they do keep those guys, they have a fairly clean slate as far as who they want to surround them with as well. You take a look at the rest of the roster for the Heat. Rashard Lewis is an expiring contract. Ray Allen expires. Chalmers expires. Norris Cole as well. Shane Battier. And of course Battier is going to retire anyways. Really the Heat only have Chris Anderson on the books for next year. And I believe 1 or 2 other guys. I think Udonis Haslem is also on the books. So the Heat are going to have a ton of cap space if everyone opts out and leave. They're obviously going to have a lot less cap space if the big 3 stay, but they can surround themselves with a new cast. Now we saw in the finals, you know, the Heat just didn't have the bench to compete with the Spurs. You know, guys like Michael Beasley, Greg Oden, you know, even Chalmers did nothing for this team. Battier was a no-show. Rashard Lewis was good. Ray Allen was good, but virtually nothing coming from this Heat bench. And you could see it. You know, when LeBron was not on the court, or when he needed a break, you know, he plays all the minutes anyways. When he needs somebody else to take the lead, there just wasn't enough help for them. They need a better point guard, that's for sure. But we'll get to that in a second. Anyways, the Heat right now have the option, the big 3, they have to figure out what they're going to do. Are they opting out or are they staying? Now, let's take a look at opting out. LeBron James, you know, for him it kind of makes sense. If he thinks the Heat are done, he can opt out and go sign wherever he wants. Maybe team with Carmelo Anthony, team with Kobe Bryant. You know, whatever he wants to do, go to Dallas. I mean, Dallas was an option before when he originally left from Cleveland. Or he could go back to Cleveland. A lot of rumors there. They got Kyrie Irving, the first pick overall, and James. They'd obviously be one of the best teams in the East right off the hop. So James has some options. Now, when you take a look at Wade and Bosh, I have a tough time believing these guys are going to opt out. You got, you know, both of them in the 20 million neighborhood. Are you kidding me? These guys are going to turn down that money. Wade especially, 32 years old. There's no way he's tearing up his options unless he's got another long-term deal from the Heat. The Heat would love for him to exercise that option and go elsewhere, retire, do whatever, but it's unlikely he's going to leave 40 million on the table. So really, if you're LeBron, you're looking at it that the Heat have to bring back Wade. They have to bring back Bosh. Bosh, could talk about him opting out. He could probably get a max deal from somebody like the Lakers. That's one of the hot rumors right now. Team with Kobe Bryant. Maybe that works. I don't know. If I'm Bosh, I'm definitely not opting out, especially given how mediocre his NBA Finals and whole playoff run was. Wade is breaking down. You got to be kidding me if this guy opts out. That would be an absolute gift for the Miami Heat. However, you know, the big rumor is that these 3 guys are going to opt out and then re-sign and make some room for Carmelo Anthony. You know, I think this is just a bit of a stretch of reality. I don't think that's happening. It could work. Realistically, it could work, but just, you know, there's so little cap space, especially with the big 3 already there. I mean, they could all re-sign for less. They'd still have to build a team around it. Anthony does want to win a championship. It's unclear whether he'd leave New York. He'd also have to take a pay cut because obviously Miami can, the Knicks can pay him more money. So, you know, a lot of moving parts for the Heat right now, but it all starts with that big 3. I think they're probably back. You know, the Heat didn't win the title, but let's face it, they won 2 of the last 3, been in the finals 4 years in a row, and that's with Wade, James, Bosh, and a decrepit roster around them. If they can rebuild that bench, get some quality guys, maybe start using guys like Oden a bit more next year, at least get guys who can contribute, be serviceable. This is a very different team. You know, the big three are still the big three. They're still pretty good. Ideally, they get somebody to replace Wade, but I can't see him opting out. So, what do we have here? When we're taking a look at futures for the Heat right now, I think you have to stay away. You know, the futures have been posted for next year. A lot of assumptions are being made right now. There's a lot of time before the start to next season, and I would wait to place any bets on the Heat right now because we don't know what their big three are going to do. I mean, I'd say 60% chance to 70% chance the big three are back. I'd say maybe 10% chance Carmelo Anthony's there. But there's a pretty good chance they rebuild the roster and do a good job of it around the Heat. But, you know, again, we don't know all of those factors. I also wouldn't be surprised if LeBron James just opted out and left. He can get the same money and go elsewhere. And I don't know that he wants to play with Wade and Bosh and essentially get no help en route to another title run if they can even make it there, because Bosh is mediocre and Wade is breaking down. So a lot of moving parts for the Heat. I know that's become a bit of a rant for what the Heat are doing this offseason, but that's really what's happening. It's a lot of speculation right now, a lot of unclear decisions, a lot of work for Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra to do, and I would wait to place any bets until we see what they do concretely. Thanks for watching this video right here on SBRforum.com. We got another video up for you on the San Antonio Spurs for what to expect from for next year. So make sure you check that out before laying all your futures action. And thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again soon.